What's going on, people? Welcome to Live Palace News. It feels like a while since I've said those three combination of words, but I'm joined by Patrick here to discuss everything related to Palace. As always, if you do enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and get involved throughout the show. As you can see from the title, we do have a player that is imminently bound to come to Palace, which is exciting based on Patrick's face anyways. I also bids for midfielder, and also, well, look, we haven't done a match preview, so we're going to quickly discuss tomorrow's game and the importance of it, because apparently, according to our manager, it might not be as important. It might not be a must-win, so we'll be discussing that and whether we agree or not. But look, Patrick, how you been, man? It's been a while.
I've been good. I haven't been involved in Palace content for 9 days. It's been heaven. So yeah, I'm good.
How does it feel like tomorrow's game? Like, what's your feelings like ahead of the game? Are you numb, excited, want it over and done with?
I'm so excited, D, that tomorrow morning I'm on a flight to Aruba for a week. I'm missing tomorrow's game.
A way of celebrating a win. I don't celebrate wins.
The transfer window. I'm missing Brighton's game. So no, bro, I've checked out of Palace. I'm only here because I love you, bro. And I'm here to help you out. But honestly, listen, end the season, bro. I've woken up for the last 9 days praying that Hodgson was gone and he's still here. So at that point now, I've just given up hope.
I'll be honest. I agree. Like if I'm being brutally honest, people, I don't want to, of course, start on a negative note. But if you want my honest opinion, I agree. Like I've honestly just end the season. But look, we're here because of course there's some of you that's missed the content. I've got messages. When's the next Live Palace News? And it's good to talk about players anyways. It's good to talk about players that are potentially going to be joining the club. And let's start off with a right back. Yes, finally. I've been screaming for a right back for about 3 to 4 years. And it seems like we're bringing in one through the door, and he's experienced one. Roy Hodgson, in today's press conference ahead of the Sheffield United game, did say the following on Daniel Munoz, saying that we think he'll be good. We are hopeful we'll be able to announce his signing very soon. He's over here. He's having medicals. Hodgson pretty much confirmed it. We know that he traveled over the weekend as well, so assume the deal should be done this week. I doubt it'll be, well, he won't be available for the Sheffield United game, but Brighton also might be a bit too soon. But Patrick, I mean, it's taken us a while. I don't know what got into their heads for them to realize that we actually need a right back now rather than the last 3 to 4 years, because I mean it's been pretty evident that we've got 2 right backs, but they haven't been good enough. But 27 years old, he's been getting goals, assists. I think, look, we at this point with our right backs, I don't know what they're good at, if they're good at defensively or attacking. So with Munoz, he's clearly good at going forward. We'll see what he does defensively, but overall, I know you spoke to a friend as well that was Colombian, and he had high praises for him.
Yeah, I did. I played university with a good friend of mine who's a Colombian, and it's what he said. He texted me yesterday. He said he's very good. He was a starter for the Colombian national team that went undefeated in 2023, which was last year. I had lost a game in the last 16 outings, and he can attack and he can defend. So right there, he's already the perfect right back for us. Anybody can defend and attack is perfect. Now I don't know about Munoz. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about the defending part. He's saying that because he watches them more than me. I haven't watched Colombia play in years. I will watch them now, obviously, because they got Lerma and hopefully Munoz. But I haven't watched Colombia play in ages. But they've got a very good record so far in the World Cup qualifying. They've done really well in a very tough area. You got Argentina. You got Brazil. Got some very good teams, obviously, in the South American group. So, listen, I'm not gonna gas him up because again I haven't seen him play. Honestly, I watched a couple of compilations, but I don't know. But like I said, if he can attack, he's got great. I mean, I know you're talking to, I guess, with T a few or maybe a week or so about it, or when you guys first heard the league and about him coming here, and he's got very good attacking stats. If he can defend just a little bit, D, we'll take him. And your point, you've made the point about having a right back, needing a right back for a long time. If he can help Olise by overlapping and getting forward, he'll help us tremendously. So listen, I'm all for it. I'm not going to get gassed up till we actually make the signing. But again, I think listen, we need a right back for a year. So you're right.
Yeah. And look, you made that point about Olise. Let's talk about it now. I personally, I've said it all along. I don't think we've seen the best of Olise till we sign another right back. We know how the game works. We know the importance of fullbacks. We know how they have to contribute in attack as well. Now that if we sign an attacking right back, I mean, you're going to have defenders thinking about, do I pick Olise or do I pick Munoz? Not do I pick Elise or do I pick Joel Ward? I think that is literally year 3 or year 4 equation. That's easy. You just pick up Elise. You don't worry about Joel Ward and the final plan going forward. Exactly. But now that's going to be a headache. And it's hopefully going to give Elise a bit more opportunities to be in one-on-one situations. Maybe teams might struggle to double team him. And if he does get double teamed, maybe there might be spaces open out wide. And why that could be is from our right back overlapping. We have a threat going down the right-hand side, and that's going to open up that flank. And not only that flank, it depends on teams. Teams have to make sacrifices. Do we go send 2-3 players on them two, or do we put Elise on a one-on-one situation with a defender?
Exactly.
It's not an easy solution. Do you get it? I think this will help Elise more than anything. And like that, hopefully we get a bit more goals and assists out of Elise. And that's a scary thing, Patrick. I mean, we're saying Elise is this and that, but I think there's another level to his game that we're going to see maybe soon. And I want to touch on that. Do you think Munoz will get opportunity? And if so, when?
Now, there's the key, right? Now, he's 27 years old. He's experienced, but Camarasa was 23 when he came to Palace and didn't play. He doesn't play players under 21, so Ahmad hasn't played, Aboui hasn't played, France has barely played. He has to play. Listen, that's my biggest fear is that he's coming to a new league, so that could be an excuse. New country, new language, another excuse. That's why he used those 2 excuses for France. So, but again, if your choices are Munoz or Klein or Ward, for me, you pick Munoz, right? But I'm not Roy Hodgson. He'll probably pick Klein a couple more games, definitely tomorrow, obviously. Probably against Brighton, because it's going to be if he does sign by the deadline, it will be too close. And then after Brighton, we've got Chelsea. Too tough of a game, blah, blah, blah. So maybe we'll see him come, I don't know, Everton, Burnley. And that's talking about that. That's like end of February. I mean, you know what I mean? So I listen, he has to play. So if you're going to pay 10.9 million, whatever the rate was, and he's played in a decent league, he's got to play. But under this manager, I have zero faith. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that when he does sign,
you know what? Normally, I will always get on to you sometimes about your opinion. Like we always have clashes, right? Sometimes you say one thing, I say another.
Fair,
thing.
Right?
Yeah. But look, we're going to talk about Wharton as well, who another player that we've been linked with. According to reports, it might be a new bid. We're going to be talk about that in a few minutes' time. But if you disagree with me or Patrick, let me know in the chat, because I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. But I mean, we're seeing this right now with France. So that's why I'm excited. I want to jump up, because honestly, I've screamed for a right back more than anything else. I've literally wanted a right back. But there's a part of me, if you want me to be honest, people, that's wondering, is he going to really play him? There is a part of me. Because we still see Jeffrey Schlupp start out wide rather than France. And we spent £20 million on France. I mean, he's got a Ballon d'Or clause as well. Now, you might say injuries, you might say this and that, but I mean, there's no excuses at this point not to give France more opportunities.
Right.
There's still other issues that we have, such as Will Hughes playing as a number 10 rather than maybe playing a Hamada there. So, these signings, I'm excited about the future because we're solving a right back position. But in the short to medium term, I need to see it to believe it, whether these signings are going to have an impact. Because I genuinely don't know anymore with this manager whether he will play this right back or not. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because, he's not young. Munoz is about 27 years old. But he might think he might need a bit of a bedding in process. Right. Maybe Klein and Wardy knows what they're doing. And we got difficult games again. Hopefully that's not the case. But a part of me is thinking like that. And that's the sad reality of Paris right now. That's why it's not as enjoyable for me. Because things are not just as straightforward. It's just from the owners to the manager to squad selection to even the game we're going to talk about. It's all just a bit confusing. I mean, on paper, this is great, but I don't know. But let me know what you lot think as well. Do you think Munoz, when we do sign him, hopefully it's on Wednesday rather than tomorrow because there's a game tomorrow, we'll do a live stream and also we'll open up the lines to talk about him and get you lot's thoughts on the signing. So we'll do a bit of a different show when it's actually officially announced by the club as well. He's only got half a season under Roy Tops. Yeah, exactly. He's got half a season, but
we hope.
Yeah. Geez. I'm not even hoping that has to be the case. Like, that's not even a hope. Like, that has to be the case. Exactly. He's got under half a season. Maybe we might not see much of him early days. I don't know. Maybe we might see him play every single. I just don't know. With this manager. But yeah, he's too young for Roy. Did you see about the trialist that's 31 years old, Patrick? Because we haven't been on here for a while. But
Yeah, under 21.
He played for the under 21s.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you know what? That's something that a lot of teams have done. Brought in like an older player to give the little kids somebody a little more experience. Whatever. I think who was that guy? Tom Huddleston did it for a club recently. So I mean, it's not unusual. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll be playing for Palace anytime soon. The 31-year-old. But that is right in Roy's age group as far as playing the players. So you never know.
And also, Munoz, who's playing for Genk in Belgium. Yes. And the reported fee is around 8 to 10 million pounds. So yeah, look, it's a cheap deal. Not that risky. Shouldn't be that risky for a Premier League football club. But once it's announced, we'll open up the lines. We'll see the finer details and we'll discuss it a bit more. But according to Roy, it should be happening sooner rather than later. He's got medical, so hopefully sometime this week it'll be announced officially. Right. But it doesn't stop there because this is the final week and we still apparently could be going in for another player and a midfielder. And that is Adam Wharton from Blackburn Rovers, according to Alan Nixon. Patrick, hold yourself because I know you're going to get upset. Crystal Palace are considering making a new £22 million bid for the midfielder. The Eagles have increased their offer to a guaranteed £18 million plus £4 million in add-ons for the young midfielder. Now, before we talk about the fees involved, Adam Wharton, I mean, he's got massively high ceiling. So some people are saying that he's going to be an England international, which is, I mean, if you pay £80 million right now, as soon as he makes an England appearance, that's going to go up to like £40 million. He's very good under pressure as well. Overall, Patrick, he seemed like a very good player. Just what do you make of, us increasing our price to £18 million and potentially 22 million in total to try to get him? Does that show the intent that you want to see?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the intent is there. Again, another player I don't know much about. I know that Blackburn played today against Wrexham, won in the FA Cup. He didn't feature today. He's on the bench, so I looked out for that. His brother played. I believe he was part of that. I got to double check. I'm pretty sure he was part of the Euro team that won the Euros last season, the U19 England team. So he's got a big future.
Let me check for you.
His stats are decent. I mean, he's got a lot of energy. He's more of a defensive midfielder. Again, the only issue I'd have with him is that he's obviously for the future. Because again, you and I both know, and people in the chat are gonna, I saw one comment before about relax only half a season. He's not gonna play on the Roy. He's 19.
Yeah, but then he's good enough. If we're talking about his ceiling being an England international, clearly he's shown something already that, he's 19 years old, yes, but he should be good enough. He should be good enough. If we're
I think he's good enough.
£2 million
I think he would be good enough. Why would you pay that much money for a player? Listen, if we don't get him, was he linked with Chelsea? Was it Chelsea that came in from?
I mean, he's been linked with other Premier League football clubs, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So my point is, I'm not saying that he shouldn't play, and that's a massive hole. Listen, love Chris Richards. You're telling me would I rather have Adam Wharton in there, having not seen that play that much, or have Chris Richards? I would take him in a heartbeat with with Lerma, obviously, right? But he's 19. He's 19. I cannot see Roy playing a teenager over. Listen to the choices he's going to have. He's got Chris Richards. He's not great choices, by the way. He's got Jeffrey Schlupp. And he's got Will Hughes. He's going to pick one of those three over him. My eyes don't. This is what I've seen for the last, how many years he's been here as a manager. He does not play young players. So is it a great idea? I love the idea, Adam Wharton. Again, decent in the championship, with Blackburn. Again, I'm pretty sure he's on that Euro team that won. But again, I don't see a 19-year-old being given the confidence by Roy Hodgson to say, all right, you know what, kid? You've done one in the championship. Bang, I'm going to throw you right in. I'm pretty sure, by the way, did he throw SA in right away the first game when he signed him? I can't remember. Or did he give him a couple games?
I can't remember either. A lot of things with
that season was tough. But I'm pretty sure, I think he did start right away. But I'll go back and look at that. But my point is, I just don't see a 19-year-old kid coming in and playing right away. I just thought maybe he comes in as a sub every once in a while. He's going to play. But again, Francis should be playing right now. No, so I'm not trying to be funny, but the fact is, I'm looking at a player similar age, different country, with a spot available on the left side who should be playing, who's not starting. But
then can you say that Wharton's got that experience in first team football in England that could help him? that could make Roy, think, you know
Definitely
what,
a
he's 19,
positive.
but he's got experience. He's highly rated. You might have
definitely a
seen a
positive.
few compilation videos of him on YouTube. They keep, he talks about videos, so you clearly watch the videos. But could that be a bonus for him? Because France, we know that he's come from abroad. He's still learning the language, the environment. Wharton, that wouldn't be the case.
D, I hope you're right. I thought, listen, at this point, listen, man. You know how I am. I'm drained, man, from this whole experience.
Yeah. You just want to see it to believe it.
Exactly.
And I think I've reached that point as well, because again, with Munoz, I said the same thing. Wharton, I think there's a higher possibility due to the fact that he's already playing in the UK and he's highly rated, and maybe he should be able to adapt, especially if he's that good. But I guess only time will tell. Swamp has a question saying, do you think they had a word with Roy? We will get these players and you need to play them? Wishful thinking. Do you think that could happen? I don't know.
I was telling D, I read the program notes from the manager and the owner, chairman / owner. And I wasn't happy with what they said in the program notes. They kind of blew off the Arsenal game as it happened, and didn't really mention.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about it.
So I don't know if I was the owner, I would have spoken to him and said, listen, I paid, what did we pay for? How much pay for France? 19 million? 20 million?
20, basically.
Right, 20 million. If I'm going to pay another 20-something million for Wharton, they need to play. That's what I would have said to him. And by the way, while you're at it, pay some of the academy kids too, because I'm trying to pick up the academy. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would have done as the owner. And by the way, we're in trouble, so I need to win some matches. So I think they can help. But I don't know what the chairman said to him. But at some point, you'd like to think that somebody's saying, I'm getting you these players. Can you please use them? But I don't know.
I think potentially, they must have conversation because of the tension right now as well with the fan base and the ownership or the manager. They must surely have these conversations beforehand. Whether Roy agrees or not, and whether he'll play him, that's a whole different situation. But look, this one is according to reports, there's a bid submitted, so there's nothing clear. But then again, I think £22 million and 18 million up front. If that is true, then I think it should be accepted. But I guess we'll see in the coming days before the window is shut. And if we do sign them, go on.
Well, I do know for a fact they've been tracking Wharton for like a year and a half. Dougie's been on Baggy been talking to he's talking to the parents. Yeah, exactly. They've done a lot of background stuff. It's not like just came up yesterday. So from that standpoint, again, kudos to Dougie for doing the work behind the scenes. Can't really ever fault Dougie's work ethic and finding players. But like I said, it's a matter of whether, again, Blackburn have to sell. They don't really have to sell them right now. They're not competing for anything besides the FA Cup right now, which you got Newcastle next round. They're not going to win that. So they just kind of stay in the championship. So, him going there. Another rumor I heard that they wanted a player in return for him, but like a younger player.
I just want to touch on Ozil because the situation about with the midfield situation, I've always said it. Like Doucouré's out injured. Yes, we do lack options, but I think this is the perfect opportunity for Ozil to show himself. And whenever he has come on, I think he's looked physically ready. I don't think he's looked out of place, but he's basically had not enough opportunities. It doesn't make any sense because he should be proving himself. What does this mean for David Ozil and also the midfield in the long term? With Wharton coming in, remember we still got Doucouré back. How do you see the midfield three working? Can you see it being Wharton, Doucouré, and Eze as like a midfield three when everyone's fit in the short term? Would that mean that Ozil should go out on loan, or is he just going to sit on the bench because we need extra midfielders because Doucouré's out? How do you see the short and the long term future with the midfield that we have if Wharton wants to sign?
It's a massive question. Doucouré, I'm gonna say, let's see how he recovers. That injury is not an easy injury. You saw how long it took Eze to recover when he was injured. So that could take a while. That could be even past into January of next season. So I put him on the back burner. So you're talking about if Wharton was there, Wharton, Eze, Lerma to me sounds like a energetic, somewhat creative midfield. I like the three of them. Ozil to me is a perfect backup because remember next season I'm pretty sure we lose. I think Schlupp's out of contract, right? Schlupp, Gyro, and
I don't even want to talk about a contract situation because I know some of these players have moved on years ago, but they're going to be
right. I'm just saying that from that standpoint, if they're gone, for me, Ozil has to be in the background as a young thing. You're talking about possibly Eze leaving next year and or Doucouré Can't see anybody coming for Doucouré now with that injury. You can't waste. Spend money on the player. You're not sure going to be 100%. So Wharton with Ozo as a backup or even playing every once in a while is great. It depends on the manager. So I think that Wharton coming in could hurt Ozo. But again, with people like Hughes and Gyro leaving, the midfield is going to have a lot of gaps in it. Ozo, for me, our academy has to fill those gaps. Come on, what do we have academy for? Not going to fill the gaps with the academy.
But then again, I just thought about something.
What's that?
I mentioned Doucouré, Wharton, and Eze as like a midfield three. Well, hold on. Right. Why happens to Lerma when everyone's fit? Like, that's...
Well, you need depth, though, D. You need depth.
You do need depth. You do need depth.
You need depth.
But look, that'll be very good in depth if everyone is happy with that. But, yeah, I mean...
But D, look at how this season
has been a very important player for us so far this season.
I agree. I'm not saying...
I don't know what happens.
But look what happened this season. We lose the core rate. We're playing a centre half and midfield. So clearly our depth of midfield is very poor, right? So my point being is that having Lerma and an Ozo, let's just say, makes it so, okay, if we lose anybody in midfield, Wharton or let's say, or Doucouré again, then I'm happy with Lerma and Ozo stepping in under the right manager. Do you know what I mean? So our midfield depth is poor. I mean, it's not. Yeah. It's just. So
it's been a bit confusing for a number of years because we had Maka there, but he was out injured for a while, so he wasn't basically an option. So midfield we've had to sort out for a while. But look, there's still a few more days left in the window. Munoz is 100%. Well, not 100%. Let me not jinx it, but 90% to 80%. I'm confident that it'll get signed. Roy spoke about it. He's in the country doing his medical. Wharton, I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see, but it's positive signs if we're offering £22 million in package. But let's talk about tomorrow's game, people, and let us know your thoughts on it as well. Look, before we actually talk about the game itself, Patrick, I'll be honest, I've kind of tried to forget that we are playing tomorrow, and I'm going to the game, but I just have zero optimism. And normally, I always think, oh look, we're facing Sheffield United. Despite us being terrible, I think we'll be able to get a result against them. But I don't know if I could say that. I genuinely don't know. Am I being a bit too negative? Are you a bit more confident that we'll get a result against Sheffield United? I honestly don't know what to expect from Palace anymore, because I think Sheffield United as a team, they've slowly been improving under their new manager, Chris Wilder, and I don't think it's going to be an easy task.
Okay, so you just said that, right? So let me read to you the manager's quote. And this is after the question. The question was today, is it a must-win game tomorrow? Roy Hodgson said the following: I never fully understood what the answer to people asking that question is this a must-win game is. Because most games you go into, you desperately want to win them. And saying it's a must-win game doesn't win it for you. We're only going to win it if we play better than the opposition. I mean...
So he kind of downplayed it.
He's downplaying it.
But it. I don't know. Based on how we're playing, based on how we set up our team, every game seems like a must draw, not must win. Anyways, let's just say that because it feels like we're playing for a draw in every single game. But I mean, I don't know why he's downplaying it, because I think this game is significant. It is for him and also the club as well. You can't lose to Sheffield United tomorrow,
bro. You cannot downplay 15th in the league, 5 points off of 18th place Luton, who have a game in hand. You can't downplay the fact that the team we're playing tomorrow is bottom of the league on 10 points. On 10 points. They've conceded this season 51 goals. They've won 2 matches. This is without a doubt, a must-win for Crystal Palace. It's a must-win. People say, I'll take a draw. No. Tomorrow, we have to win. And I'll say the reason we have to win, because we have now going forward Brighton Saturday, Chelsea, Everton, and then Burnley, which again becomes a must-win game. Then we have Tottenham, Luton, must-win game. Newcastle. You get my point. There are a lot of games that we can win out there. This is the game we have to win. Now, if we had
one, let's say, off himself, then is that what it is? I think he is he just trying to take the pressure off himself. Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah. Definitely.
Because he's not dumb. He knows exactly the situation, and he knows how the fans feel, especially after the Arsenal game, and how we haven't won, near enough games. Forget about winning. The performances haven't shown any positive signs. Is it just that, or do you actually think that he's not as worried?
If we don't win tomorrow, that'll be 1 win in 13. I'm pretty sure that no other manager in the last 10 years, not prior, because I mean, obviously before it's different, has not been fired with that kind of record. Vieira was fired for wasn't as bad as that. Pardew wasn't as bad as that. We didn't fire anybody else because Holloway walked away, Pulis walked away, Allardyce walked away, Hodgson walked away. So we've only really fired like 3 managers, right? We fired Pardew, Holloway, and we fired Vieira. I don't think any of them had 1 in 13 when they were fired. This is the worst it's going to be. He has to win this game tomorrow. I don't know how to say anymore. That record is horrendous. It's horrendous. And it's not we're playing Man City tomorrow. We're playing Chelsea. We're playing the team at the bottom of the league. Now you're right. He's saying it to take pressure off the team, and I get that. I have no problem with that. That's press talk. That's fine. But the players walk into that change room tomorrow have to know we have to win that game tomorrow. They have to know that.
And let's say we don't. I tried to forget about Palace. Honestly, I've tried to forget about Palace.
I'm on the beach tomorrow, bro. I'm on the beach tomorrow.
I think after the Arsenal game, there was a report. Some of the people in the chat probably saw it as well. Something along the lines of he might get the Chelsea game and the Brighton game, and then afterwards his future can be decided, which it doesn't make any sense to me because he should have been sacked already. I don't know why you need additional games. But if we do lose tomorrow, is that it? Do you think he's gone? Or if we draw?
For me, D, you and I know we wanted him gone after Bournemouth because I was there with you sitting in the cold fan zone. I wanted him going after Arsenal for sure. The fact he's not gone now means that even tomorrow means that I'm sure that Paris is going to keep him because I'm guessing there's nobody to replace him. Even though last time I checked, there were about 4 managers available, but according to everybody else, no one's available. I don't understand why he's still here. So I don't think tomorrow for him means that if he loses it. If it was me as the owner, tomorrow he loses, he's gone. But I don't trust Parish anymore. I used to be the biggest Parish supporter. I don't trust the guy at all anymore. So for me, I wouldn't be shocked if he loses tomorrow. He says, I'll give him Brighton. Then I'll give him Chelsea. And I'll give him the one out there. And it's I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know. I'm numb, bro. I'm just numb at this point.
I'm here, bro. I'm literally here. I'm pretty sure some other people are numb as well. Some people, of course, they'll look forward to it because it's Palace. But for me, I just right now, without sounding too spoiled before Roy hears this because he thinks we're spoiled. But when you say 1 win in 13, when you talk about recent performances, I need to see something for me to look forward to Palace. Right now, I just can't. Palace. And you know what? It shouldn't be like this because we've had worse players. We've been in worse situations in the past, right? But I think the expectation now have changed. When you have the likes of Eze in your team and Dehi, Anderson, and all of these players, it doesn't add up how we're playing and how we approach games and what happens during games and how players don't get opportunities. Like, it just doesn't add up. It just makes you feel like, what is the point? And something needs to change. Something should have changed. We're still here. I don't know how we still got the Sheffield United game. For me, giving him the Sheffield United game makes no sense because there's no indication from our previous performances or even results apart from the Brentford one, I guess.
Right.
This keeping Roy is going to guarantee us a result. I mean, right now we're just on a slope, just sliding down. Like, there's no what are we good at? Are we good defensively with Roy? Are we good attacking? Are we good in possession? Are we good out possession? Like, there's nothing. There's nothing about us that makes me think, you know what? Let's keep Roy for the Sheffield United game. It's a big game. At least we can defend, or at least we can score a goal. We can't do anything. I mean, we just can't. So it doesn't make any sense why I'm still in charge tomorrow. But let's quickly talk about the atmosphere. What do you guys expect the atmosphere to be like tomorrow? I don't know. I was thinking about this before we started the stream. Potentially, I think it could get toxic, especially if we start slow or concede a goal. But I think the break from the Arsenal game to this game might have lowered the tempers just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But I think the tension is still there, but I don't know if it's at the levels it was at the Arsenal game or right after the Arsenal game. What do you think, Patrick?
I think you've nailed it, buddy. I think you're absolutely right. I think the fact that HF ordered that banner was a good sign, and they are the temperature. If they turn toxic quickly, the stadium turns toxic quickly. That's how it works. They just, because of who they are and where they're situated in the ground, right behind the goal, etc., and with the singing, if they get toxic, it will get toxic. It won't get toxic by a few fans in the Arthur Way, in the family stand, whatever. It never does. It's going to have to come from the Homesdale. So for me, and then this is just a rumor. I heard that right after that banner, the next day, Parry spoke to the HF about bringing that down a little bit with the negativity. So, but I would respect them a lot more if tomorrow, if we go down 1-2-0 early, that they come out right away. No, I mean, again, support the players. Don't get me wrong, you got to support the team, but at some point, it has to be made very clear that Hodgson has to go. If we start off putting, if we win tomorrow, we win tomorrow. Great, that's what I hope. But like I said, atmosphere tomorrow, to me, HF is going to have to lead it because just general fans. I was there in December. People around you don't like negativity. When I was sitting, man, I made one comment about Joe Ward. I got nailed by some guy about he's our best right back. So let me tell you something. The fans in the stadium can be kind, and AJ can back me up. He was there. He was I was sitting right next to him. That can be an interesting fan group when you're in the stadium. But like I said, if the HF doesn't lead the negativity, there won't be any tomorrow. But if we fall behind tomorrow, that won't be good. So.
Well, look, the HF will be, of course, not just the HF, just everyone will be behind the team. But I just think any little thing that happens could just make it go crazy toxic. Like we're just there, we're literally there. Like one little thing could just make the whole ground just flip upside down. We saw it against Bournemouth. And right now, I think our situation is worse than the Bournemouth game where the fans were
definitely worse.
The shirt.
It's worse.
And we saw that already. So I'm actually worried in terms of how bad it could get if we don't play to the levels or if we don't get the result, because it is a bit scary.
You know what?
Like,
and I forgot that. You know what? Wait, sorry. Mark Owen, you're right. I totally forgot about the ball. We did fight the ball too. You know what? For a lot less than this, by the way. But you're right. I apologize. You're right. We fired the ball, Holloway, Pardew, Vieira. I totally forgot. You know what? His stint was so short that I forget him. I apologize. Mark, thank you for that. I apologize. You're right.
Mark also has a comment saying this is the perfect game to start France. So just quickly about the lineups, because we haven't done a match preview, so we'll quickly talk about that. Do you expect any changes from the Arsenal game?
Well, Eze is apparently 100% fit or getting better. Olise's back in training, so he should be play some part, as should Raksaki. So hell yeah. I need to see Olise, wide right. Sorry, yes. França, wide left. Eze in the 10. Lerman Ozo, it won't happen. Lerman Ozo as the DMs, then we go from there. Will it happen? I don't care who plays center forward. He can play Mateta, Edouard. Much of a muchness, I don't care. But yeah, you should start França tomorrow. Against the bottom. Listen, if you're going to pick the bottom team at home, bruv, when's he going to start? He's not started one game in the Premier League this season. If he cannot start at home versus Sheffield United, the worst team in the league, then please send him back to Brazil. Send him back on loan. Seriously, because it's a joke. I don't want to see, but we're going to see Jeffrey Schlupp. And I'm going to be, I'm not going to be, I told you I'm going to be on the beach tomorrow, but I swear to you, if Jeffrey Schlupp starts tomorrow, I feel bad for you, Henry, Rich.
Basically, everyone in the chat is going.
Everybody's in the stadium tomorrow. I feel bad for you. If he's in that game, and if he starts tomorrow, I'm going to be, oh my God, no. Mark, you're right. Tomorrow, perfect game. I agree. Start France tomorrow, 100%. No excuses. None. No excuses.
I mean, we spoke about this before. Start France, but is he going to start France?
What are we talking about?
Look, Elise should start, and hopefully Elise can carry us because he was very good before his injury.
I forgot. And listen to also. My God,
He's back.
He's back, of course.
I forgot. So France is not starting.
Yeah,
forget about it.
You're on point today, brother. Thanks a lot, man. You're right. Ayu's back. Forget it.
Ayu's back. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, France is not starting. There's the answer.
Definitely not starting.
But yeah, I should be a plus though. He should be a plus.
Definitely. Yeah. He played well. He played well in the AFCON. I watched him. Scored a couple of goals the last game. Even though they lost, he played really well. But again,
just like a new signing, exactly. Just like a new signing.
That'd be an announcement on the deadline day, just like another signing. We got
when we announced França, and I think it was like the preseason game against Lyon, and he came on the pitch.
Right.
I think we're gonna do the same with Jordan Ayew. We're gonna bring out Munoz. Jordan Ayew is gonna be like, here's everyone. We're back.
Welcome back. And he's starting today.
Yeah, exactly. We can announce it as well, but.
But yeah, you have to laugh though at this point because I'm done crying about this club. I'm gonna laugh because I ain't crying anymore. I'm not gonna get.
This club is finished, man. This club is actually finished. Hypothetically, if France goes on loan, it should be to the Championship or something, not to Brazil. I mean, it shouldn't really.
I was being sarcastic, Chris. I was not being serious.
I don't think he will go out on loan.
I would not be. If you go on loan, Don't even. I was making a joke. He should not go out on loan. I was not being serious.
Hopefully, well, I don't know. I'd say hopefully he comes off the bench, but I'm not hoping it. If it happens, it happens, innit? I'm done hoping. I thought he might have, he had a few more appearances with IU gone, etc. But it was just basically, it was basically the Everton game at home. And then after that, back to square one, and he came on against Arsenal when we were 3 or 4 goals down. I can't remember. Well, 3 goals down. Yeah,
it was 3. Then one against the last 2 goals. Well. Yeah, injury time. Yep.
So yeah, maybe he might be back. Look, you'll like this comment. You've been enjoying him, haven't you?
4 goals in the last 6, top of the league with Fenerbahce.
No, he's not top of the league. This is the difference. He's not top of the league. He's second.
Top of the league. They both same amount of points.
Second. No, but goal difference matters. Right now,
joint top.
If the season was to end right now, he would be finishing second. He's getting no trophy. He's not top of the league. He's joint top. Yeah, you can say that, but yeah, he's actually not joint top. He's actually second. There's no joint top. He's second in the league. He's second in the league. And look, Fenerbahce are signing players as well. It will be for me anyways. It'll be hilarious if he ended up not winning the league this year. Because Fenerbahce hasn't won the league for 10 years. If they end up winning the league, the year that Zaha goes to Galatasaray and he ends up winning nothing, that man is cursed, man. That man is cursed. There's no other explanation. Fenerbahce haven't won the league for 10 years. 10 years.
I know. We are second. We've got the same record: 19 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. 60 points. I'm a Galatasaray fan now.
What do you mean we? You might be talking French or something. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Galatasaray fan. What are you talking about? I've always been a Galatasaray fan. I told you that. I didn't say that before.
That's a you thing, innit? That's not me, innit? That's not me. Yeah, exactly. I'm not included in the we. Yeah, let's just say that. I'm not part of the we. I'm messing with you. But yeah, I'm not going to say the best of luck to him because I can't stand Galatasaray. So we'll see who wins, innit? We'll see who wins between
Zaha Tassaray. He's right.
Yeah,
Chris is right. Yeah. Zaha Tassaray, baby. Let's go.
It's good, man. It's good. Who did you score against today? I can't remember. Who did it play? Because I know Fenerbahce won yesterday.
Gaziantep.
Yeah, I don't know if they're that great. I'll be honest, but
they're 17th. They're in the relegation
zone. It's level.
Can I ask you a question, D, about Turkish football?
Yeah.
Why do they play so many games during the week? Like every game's like a weekday game. How is that like a traditional thing?
I don't even know, but it seems like Fenerbahce always play before Galatasaray as well. So the pressure's always on Fenerbahce, and they tend to deliver.
It's weird. They always play like Mondays or Thursdays. It's really strange. They don't play like a lot of weekend games.
I don't know. No, they play on the weekend as well, but it's just
they do. They do, but I'm not kidding. I watched our guys for Africa game. Look at the last 5 games. Right, they played on Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Fridays. They don't ever play on Saturdays ever, and they're all weekdays. I'm saying I watch them a lot now because listen because of Zaha, but a lot of games, man, seriously, played during the week. Listen, I don't care. I get to watch them, but it's what it is.
Yeah. I will, as long as Fenerbahce.
This rumor, by the way, Chris, love to sign him, but never gonna happen. We are not signing a striker. Before that, he's at AFCON now. By the way,
yeah, he's been rumored as well. Nothing about him today. I didn't see anything about him today.
I would take him, but
he's still at AFCONs, right?
He's at AFCON still, yeah.
Is he playing today?
Senegal gone, Ivory Coast.
Is he playing today? I haven't. Is he playing today?
No, I think they're playing. I think they play tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be a difficult one, but yeah, realistically right now I think Munoz and Wharton, that's our 2 bet. I don't really see anything else. Maybe
I've only heard from everybody 2 players. So the fact I'm sorry, he's playing now. He's playing for Senegal. They're in penalty.
He is, isn't it? He is.
Now. But he didn't start though.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But look, people, we'll be back tomorrow. Not Patrick because he'll be on the beach.
No, I'm on the beach, baby. Let's go. You guys enjoy that match tomorrow. Up the Palace.
Exactly. We'll be back for the live match reaction. And if there's anything that goes on throughout the day, but hopefully you'll get announced tomorrow for my sake. Hopefully it gets announced on Wednesday for content's sake and for my because I can't do 4 flipping streams in one day. But look, it's good to be back talking to you all, even though it's depressing to Sport Palace. If you have enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. Thank you to Patrick. Thank you to every single one of you who's been watching this. And until next time, up the Palace.